You ready for this?
No, I'm not. Hold on. Bear with me. Go ahead. I'm ready now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into another episode of the Nap Bros podcast. And for the past 3 episodes, well, technically this will be the third, I'll be wearing the exact same shirt because I don't change. I wear this shirt the whole time.
I've changed mine. Don't let them lie to you.
Yeah, no, we've changed a lot. It's just that this one just happens to be the same as the last 2. But anyway, we are back at it again from the AskReddit subreddit. We are answering one of those questions. So if you're on Reddit, get to AskReddit in the subreddits of the Reddits. And then you can answer this as well. I wanted to see how many times I could say Reddit without reading it.
Well, you said Reddit so many times. I was thinking maybe we should just read it instead of have read it. You know,
Read the Reddit.
Read the Reddit. Yeah.
Read the Reddit. All right. So, without any further ado, what TV series went on for too long?
Lost.
Ooh, have you watched that?
It went on for too long. I quit watching it.
Really? Okay. That's interesting because I've heard really good things about it, but I've never watched it. And I remember because it came out back in 2005, 6, or 2004. I was finishing high school, getting into university, and so I didn't really have access to a TV to be able to watch it. And so Lost.
Yeah, I think it came out in 2006 or 7.
Okay.
I want to say I'm not 100% on that.
I think it was actually earlier than that. I think it was 2004 because I remember being with you remember that family that ended up buying our house in Wyoming? I ended up living with them for a few months before I went off to college in Wyoming, and they were watching it. So I remember it was at least between 2004 2005, somewhere in there.
You live with somebody in Wyoming?
Yeah. They bought the house from our parents, and so they ended up letting me live there for I think it was 6 months before I moved officially to Casper. Yeah, this was when you guys went to North Carolina. The fact that you guys lived in North Carolina, and I've never lived there. That was too. So
isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So Lost. So the reason the way that you figured out that Lost was too long is just by losing interest. You lost interest. You heard it here first.
Let's be honest here, okay? I have to be honest with you. It's not so much that I lost interest. I mean, it just took some weird turns, you know. There's shows that kind of makes sense, and then they take weird turns. You're like, what am I watching now? I have no idea what's about to happen.
Okay, do you remember the moment that you were like, this is stupid, I'm done?
Yeah, I think it had something to do with there was a polar bear loose. Yeah, or something like that. Some kind of animal that was destroying things. But I want to say it was a polar bear because they were in the tropics and it just didn't fit, you know?
Oh, okay. So the premise for anybody that's not aware is basically these people get into a plane crash onto an island and are lost there for an undetermined amount of time, and lots of weird stuff happens there. Really hit show when it came out. It was amazing, and everybody was like, wow, this is new, this is inventive, this is creative. And then it I don't know, I guess for me, I just never was that interested in it. Just never. I was curious about it just because people had said stuff about it, but I didn't. The TV show that was too long for me was The Walking Dead. And the reason why I bring that up,
I mean that's what that was gonna be my point. Was it's not so much not just it took a weird turn, but the fact that it was. I really just. I mean, I've you know how many shows I've started and I have never finished.
Probably lots.
Yeah, like for instance, Walking Dead would be the first one.
Yep.
Dawn of the Walking Dead or whatever the remix was off of the one where they following people in California.
Yeah.
What was another one I watched?
Fear the Walking Dead. That's what it was. Fear the Walking Dead.
Fear the Walking Dead. the what was that 50 shows where they're all marketing men with
Mad
John
Men.
Mad Men. Yep, that
Okay.
one I lost. Arrow,
Okay.
Flash. I mean,
Okay.
just any show that's had more than like 4 seasons. I feel like I think I might make it all the way through Peaky Blinders. Just
Okay.
because
Yep.
there's 6 episodes for each season, and I'm pretty much riveted. Now I watch stuff in between there. Like for
Mm-hmm.
instance, I watched all of this one show called Lockwood and Company, which was just one season. I mean, I
Okay.
guess really if it's one season, yes, and I can get into it. The Witcher, for instance, is another one. I can't get into Witcher, the Blood Origins. Like it's just retarded.
Is that a new show that's been out on it?
Yeah, it's like some kind of spin before.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah,
I think so. I think for you, I think one of the things is like the challenging thing for you is getting into like if it's too much of a commitment, like too long of a commitment, then it's like because
Going into it, like especially like Doctor Who. There's no way I'm interested in watching Doctor Who. Doctor Who's been out for, I don't know, 14, 20, 50 years. I don't know however long it's been out. They've got, I don't know, 20 plus seasons. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to commit to that.
I watched 2 seasons of Doctor Who.
You've watched what?
2 seasons of Doctor Who.
Oh, really? Okay, wow. I've never like I've watched like little clips of an episode, and I was like, I don't really want to try and commit to this, like, because I feel like it would be too much. Now that being said, with The Walking Dead, the reason why I end up losing interest in stuff is because, like, for instance, The Walking Dead to me, I would say after season 5,
Did you make
or
it to Negan?
I did, but like even so I think Negan was at the end of season 5 and and into season 6, and this is where like at the I think I lost interest the moment. Now here's spoiler alert: I lost interest the moment that Glenn and Abraham died. Like at that point in time, it was like I felt like that was like the huge climax. And then everything, because that was the start of season 6, I believe, or it might have been the start of season 7 or something like that. And everything else after that just tapered off. And it wasn't so much the killing of Glenn or the killing of Abraham, like that was okay. I was cool with that. Like because like when they killed Herschel in season 3, I think it was, that was amazing. It was such a great way to like end the season. I was like, that's great and horrible at the same time, but everything else, you're just like it had gotten to that point where it was like too much more about it was so much more about the people versus the zombies, not being really against the zombies. And I'm just like, and then they have the W's out, and they had teased the W's, whatever the heck the W's were. They had teased them. I guess it turns out to be like the alphas
wolves.
or the wolves or something. I don't know. But they teased the W's, and I was interested. And then it took it was like teasing the W's at the beginning of the season, and then not actually doing anything with them until the end of the season. I'm like, I'm done. Like you can't tease it and then not really do anything with it until the very end, and then like hope that we keep like I'm not. If you have like one storyline that you're interested in putting out there, and then you like string it out and hope that it'll bring people to the end of the season, like that's just cheap writing. And I think that's what happened.
I mean, I'll give you one right now that's gone on too long. Grey's Anatomy.
Okay, that's interesting. I have you watched it? Do you watch it?
I mean, I've watched like about 9 seasons of it.
Really, bro? Wow, that's amazing. Okay, interesting.
Hear me out.
Okay, all right.
I feel like
Give me your reason why you would be watching Grey's Anatomy.
well, when I come home, it's on, or it was on at the time.
Okay.
And I mean, imagine if I watch, let's say I've watched 5 seasons, 30 episodes of Peaky Blinders, right?
Mm-hmm.
In like 2 weeks, I would say probably, because I'll be up from like 9 at night to like 1 in the morning watching stupid shit. The show, right?
Okay.
So I've watched that. Well, you triple that to the amount of shows that my wife has watched, because every time I come in, it's a whole new show, and she's already like 6 episodes in. I'm like, my God, like so, like Grey's Anatomy, she got ahead of me on this one. She got ahead of me on the other one. Like I started watching what was that one on Prime? It's kind of new. Peripheral, is that what it is?
Yes. Yeah.
I started watching that. I watched 2 episodes of it, maybe 3. We rewatched the first 2 episodes so she could get involved. She went ahead and watched all 12 episodes or however many there are. I've still not gotten into it. Suits, I started watching episodes. I realized now that the girl on Suits is married to Prince Henry, and I'm like, oh my God, like that's how out of the loop I am. Like, who cares? I mean, that's a world away.
I don't think it's Prince Henry. I think it's Prince Harry.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter. he's a Sigma or a Beta.
Mama dies and they all come running back. Whatever.
Anyway, Game of Thrones.
Nah, that was good. I think they did it too soon.
Season 7 and Season 8, I think, were just garbage. Like, especially Season 8. Season 8...
They were garbage because the man hadn't wrote the books yet.
The problem... Here's one of the biggest issues with Hollywood as a whole. The biggest issue with Hollywood is they start... Like, take a look at... what was another one? Like, I think even, like... Harry Potter, to an extent, kind of started this whole thing. Whereas, like, okay... These are such phenomenal sellers of books. Let's go ahead and start making the movies. And I'm like, to an extent with Harry Potter, if they'd have waited a few years, then A, you could have filmed a lot of the, like very much like Lord of the Rings did, film all of the shows or all of the movies like back to back to back to back to back instead of here's one year and then a year and a half later the second one comes out and then a year and a half later the third, and by then the actors are older and it's less believable that they're actually that age. But then also but what happens is like they start like, oh, this is amazing, this is great stuff, let's create this TV show based on it or this movie based on it, but it's not finished yet, it's not a finished product yet. And so they're so eager to get money or so eager to like get their fortunes that they're like, well, let's do it. And I would blame George R.R. Martin for it as well, because he was probably the one like pushing it as well, and being like, hey, let's do it. You know, let's get it done. And they're like, you're not done with the books. Finish the dang books. And so like that. I mean, that's just me. Like I'm enjoying the books, but I hate the fact that he's not done with it, and he's old and he's fat. And he will probably die before he finishes the books.
Like for me, it's not so much like most of the shows I don't finish. It has nothing to do with it going on too long. It's just I'll watch it and then I'll get interested in something else, and then I'll be like,
right.
If I'll have to go back to season 1 just to remember everything again. I just, like I don't want to do like, for instance, Arrow. Like I think I'm in season 4 or something. And It's like 7 or 8 now, and I'm like, God, I don't remember it all, and I don't really want to go back and try and remember it all. And I mean, it's like me texting my wife. Like she'll send a 6-paragraph sent thing, and I'll read like 2 in, and I'm done. I'll just be like, hey, I didn't read that. I just be honest with you, I lost interest. It was too long.
Yep.
You short, concise sentences get me every time, but you start putting paragraphs on top of paragraphs. I mean, like emails. Emails are even the worst with me. I'll get an email, and I'll be like, I'll read through one line, and then I'll read the next line, and about 7 lines, look down, and 8th line I might read because I skipped the next 17, and I'm like, I'm done.
Are you? So let me ask you this: Are there any books that you read right now that like grab your attention or help you to whether it's like fiction or nonfiction? Like, are there any books that are interesting?
I don't read.
Okay. So that would.
I haven't read a book since Sovereignty.
Really? Oh goodness!
Yeah.
So that's the only way that I could get you to read a book is by forcing you to do it and then making a podcast about it. Because the thing is, like, I think one of the things it's interesting because you get busy. And so like it either needs to grab your attention and keep it for that whole time, and then you're like, okay, like now I can be there, but maybe you don't really care. You care a little bit about the storyline, but not as much as I would say like I do. Like that was the issue with season 8 for me.
For me, back to the book thing, it's not so much like I don't want to read. I know I need to read, but it's like it's just like the text messaging or the movies or whatever. I'll start reading something, and how many times have you reread the same page because you keep getting interrupted?
I get that. Yeah, I get that. I think too the thing is like it does matter if it's an interesting read. Like if it's an interesting read, then like I can read it. But yeah, I kind of agree with the same thing. Like if it's long, if it doesn't hit the interesting points at least at the start, and then make it grow as I read through it, then I'm not interested. Whether it's a text message, whether it's a book, whether it's anything along those lines. But like for me, again, it's got to be a story. Like. That was the issue that I had with Game of Thrones. That was the issue I had with The Walking Dead. Is like the story started sucking horribly, and so for me, yeah, I was like they had gone on for too long.
Yeah, or they make you wait for too long and you just lose interest.
Yeah. Ooh, so I'm looking at some of the answers now.
Oh yeah, I forgot there's answers.
Yeah. I don't know this Riverdale. I have no idea what that is, so I'm just going to skip that. Okay. Grey's Anatomy is the second one, so there you are. Glee. Is Glee still going on?
No.
Okay, but somebody was like this.
Glee had Drake in it, didn't it? No, that wasn't Glee. That wasn't Glee. That was what was the show that had Drake in it? Starts with a G.
You're barking up a tree that I don't know.
There's a lot of trees you probably don't know. I'll research. You keep you keep reading.
There was someone said Smallville. I remember watching maybe like one season of that. Then just I wasn't interested in it, so I can't really vote.
Degrassi.
2.5 Men. What was it?
Degrassi. Yeah,
I don't know
if I'm saying that right.
You probably are. Oh, good. Okay, so yeah, somebody also put Walking Dead. Actually, it might have even been the top rated. Wow, that's wow. I don't know why it's lit up, but yeah, somebody put that up there. So good. At least I agree with somebody. Yeah, there are other ones that I'm like, eh. Heroes? No, I thought Heroes was actually pretty good. I was kind of bummed that for Heroes.
Yeah,
I thought it was interesting, but they I feel like they ended it a lot earlier than they should have. I don't think it was long enough. In my idea. Suits. Somebody said Suits. And I don't know. I haven't watched all of it to agree or disagree. I've enjoyed every bit that I've watched, so maybe. Have you seen Blacklist?
I watched like one season, a few episodes. It was pretty interesting there for a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, I could literally just list off hundreds of shows I started. I mean.
Ooh, somebody said Breaking Bad, and I will disagree wholeheartedly with that.
Never finished it.
Did you not? Mm-mm. I think Breaking Bad, one of the nice things was
if I don't finish it, it's a testament to the fact that it's too long.
I don't agree with that. Because again, I think you finishing Game of Thrones and not finishing the Breaking Bad, Jesus. Breaking Bad, I think that's a testament to you as far as like there are certain things that capture your attention and that keep it, but like other things, like even though it's a really good story, you're like, I'm not interested so much in that story. I'm interested in these other things. I want, or I've got these other things going on, like, cause like to me, like for instance, like the fact that you have Peaky Blinders. Like Peaky Blinders is at least the seasons that I've seen so far, really good show. Really good show. But I would disagree with you as far as like saying that Game of Thrones wasn't too long. And so I think that's a testament to just the idea of like what it is story wise. The biggest the reason why Game of Thrones is more because season 8, like I feel like the character arc just plummeted. Like there was this beautiful character arc for all the characters up until season 5, and then season 6 kind of started to change it. 7 changed it more, and then 8 just killed them all. Like
I would say someone said something about Supernatural. I mean, I've never really got into it.
Yeah.
Shameless. I mean, I would say after Fiona left on Shameless, it kind of dried up for me. 48 Hours. That's an old one that seemed to drag on.
Oh, yeah.
24 hours. 24 hours. I'm sorry. Because it used to be the whole show was 24 hours, and then like by the 3rd season, it was just 1 hour for each episode. You know, this is a story between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. on such and such.
Yeah.
Like, God, that man getting messed up in an hour.
Not only that, but it's like, does this guy sleep ever?
Right.
There was one in here. How about X-Files?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say we were old enough to really watch it like that. You know, I enjoyed every episode.
We did watch it. I think I enjoyed it.
I mean, I remember being a little scary, you know, like I was always like hated having to stand there and watch it. Blacklist, The 100. I've seen some of those. The 100, I think I made it to like the
What do you think about Friends? Like, I don't see anybody saying Friends in here, but what do you think about Friends?
I think I watched all of Friends, honestly.
You do or do not?
I did, and I think I watched all of How I Met Your Mother.
Okay.
I don't know that I watched all of Big Bang Theory, but that one was pretty good.
Okay.
America's Got Talent or American Idol. That's funny.
Yeah. That one, yeah.
How about just the movie, the Saw series?
That's a whole nother episode. That's a whole nother podcast.
It's really not.
You want to get into that? You want to extend this thing beyond what we should?
It's too long.
Okay, so we can get into that. We'll get into that next. I'm actually kind of curious if there is an AskReddit, but that's one that is a great one. Like, which movie series like needs to die because it's just gone on for too long? I mean, you can go so many of them, but we won't talk about it.
I'm really interested in one movie series that I think I've seen all the movies and they've done pretty well with it. Is Scream, and I'm really like excited about the Scream about to come out.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
I really enjoyed all the Scream series.
Okay. I remember the first one. I thought the first one was actually pretty unique and pretty interesting in the way that it was.
Vampire related has drawn on too long. That's for sure.
Well, that's anything. Well, especially like Vampire Diaries, like that crap. Yeah.
Somebody said Dexter.
Yeah, I did see that. I haven't watched all of Dexter. I mean, the seasons that I've watched, like probably up to the 4th season, I liked, but beyond that, I haven't really seen any. But anyway, so yeah, cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for giving us your ear, giving us your eyes. If you're on YouTube, giving us your eyes and your ears, please click that subscribe button. Click the bell. That way you can be notified. Click the like and leave us a comment below. What TV series do you think has gone on too long? If you're listening on your podcasting app, please click the subscribe button. Leave us a 5-star review. Don't listen to my brother and leave us a 4. We like them 5s. Okay, 5's a good round number.
There's a 5 in there.
We like 5. So, I'm Nick.
I'm Andrew.
And as always,
you have an open invitation to our conversation.
Bye-bye.